Go away, there's nobody in here. Go away!
Rise and shine. Come on, babe. Come on. We gotta get up. We gotta go down to see.
Good morning. This is Luke Spencer, one of your candidates for mayor.
The only candidate.
I've said just about everything I can think of about my candidacy, so today,
Ain't that the
the
truth?
day before the election, I'd like to hear from you. I'll be down on the dock feeding my favorite seagulls. If anyone has any questions or would like to talk about any aspect of my campaign, I'd be happy to have you join me there. See you.
Well, what do you think? Was that too hokey or what?
Well, I thought it was very professional. I liked the little seagull. I thought it was sweet.
Yeah, you ought to get a lot of gullible voters down there.
Oh, please.
I'm just joking.
Get out of here, bird brain.
Are you two through with the foul puns?
Foul.
Ooh,
Nicely
hey,
done.
hey.
No, but we could go on and on.
Yeah, I
Please
got a
don't.
few.
Come on, no, come on. You gotta get up. You gotta get ready. But you gotta wear something warm. I mean, it is cold today.
Yeah, come on. You want to keep the seagulls waiting.
It's the early worm that catches a bird.
Quick, Bill.
I'm up. Give me a friend.
Is this the Chief U.S. Attorney's office? Good. Well, yes, I'd like to speak to him. Tell him it's Quentin Quartermain. Charlie? Well, not so good, I'm afraid. Well, of course you know why I'm calling. Yes, it's that son-in-law of mine, the spy. I'll get right to the point. What do you people intend on doing with him? Life imprisonment? Why, that man deserves nothing less than the chair.
How dare you?
Thank you.
I'll save you some time, Robert. I have nothing more to say.
What?
I don't think I can make it any plainer than that.
You're going to make this a whole lot harder on yourself. Let me point out a few things to you. There are 3 points in this life, 3 people standing between you and absolute freedom. Jackson, Elsmo, and Ballantyne. Now, me, I'm on your side. But there's only so much I can do. You want immunity? You want asylum? You've got to start telling them a whole lot more than they already know.
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Maybe you're not understanding me here. I'll rephrase it all. You want to walk out of here a free man? You got to start naming names, Grant.
Put that phone down.
Celia! Yes, Charlie, I'm still here.
I said hang up.
And now listen, Charlie, you owe me this one. I don't care what you have to do, but make sure that you throw the book at this person.
Will you stop saying those things? Let go.
Celia! Do you have any idea who I was speaking to?
How dare you interfere like this?
What's come over you? You want to be thanking me.
Thanking you.
That's right. I mean, if I let that Scorpio person handle this whole thing, for all I know, he'd let that spy go scot-free.
Well, if he is freed, it's because he deserves it.
The man deserves to hang.
Daddy, he saved Holly and Luke's lives, and he returned that stupid disc.
You sound like you're defending him.
I am.
Have you taken leave of your entire senses? I mean, this man is an enemy of our country.
No, he's not. He's really not. If only you could have seen him. If you could have listened to him talking to me.
You went to see him?
Yes, I did.
What on earth for?
Because he needs me.
Well, that does it. You're going right back to New York with me tonight.
No.
Look, Celia, I know these have been terribly strenuous times for you, honey, but when you need rest and you need to be with people who love you
Don't
and...
patronize me, Daddy. I am not a little girl.
Then why are you behaving like one? Now, you listen to me. I can't stay in Port Charles any longer. I've got important business in the city that I have to get back to. And I'm not going to leave and let you be taken advantage of by that charlatan.
You just won't understand.
Oh, I
will
understand perfectly well. That man has shamed and humiliated my entire family, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this nonsense once and for all.
The only person I'm ashamed of right now is you.
Me? I don't believe it. He's turned you against your own father.
No, I just can't stand here and let you say those horrible things about him.
My Lord, he has brainwashed you.
Oh, that is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, then you give me one reason why you can stand here and defend that imposter after what he's done to you.
I'll give you two very good reasons. Love and courage.
How can you possibly love that man? He's a spy.
I don't love a spy. I love my husband.
He was never your husband.
He was, and he is.
Celia, you just don't know what you're saying, honey.
It is my duty to stand by my husband. I just pray I have the guts to do it.
Well, I will never allow it.
Well, you don't have a whole heck of a lot to say about the matter.
Oh, yes, I do, young lady, and you haven't heard the end of this.
You tell us everything you know. Elsmo won't prosecute, but the guy's got to have more tangible information to prove you're on our side.
How do I know he won't prosecute anyway?
Well, Ballantyne and Jackson have already guaranteed that. Look, spilling it all is your best guarantee, Grant. Besides, it'll help Jake's case.
Excuse me, Commissioner, your wife's here.
Yeah, tell her I'll be right with her.
Yes, sir.
Well?
No, Robert, it's too risky.
How?
Let's say that I tell you everything I know, right? I name names.
Right.
What guarantee do I have that Ballantyne and Jackson won't just say thank you very much and turn me over for Elsmo to prosecute anyway?
I think they have a little more integrity than that.
Now tell me, Robert, aren't they the same gentlemen responsible for giving you the phony microfilm?
Okay. Point taken. All right. They promise immunity. You tell everything.
A promise can be broken.
That's the best deal you're going to get. Think about it. I'll be back.
How's Grant?
Confused?
And you?
More of the same.
Well, perhaps a few hours away will help.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be here for all of the day and probably most of the night.
Oh, remember, we were supposed to go and visit the candidates today.
I forgot. I wanted to wish Lee good luck, too.
I can do it for you.
You would venture into the camp of the enemy?
Well, just because he's your candidate and not mine doesn't mean to say that I couldn't go and wish him good luck from you.
Oh, what a sweetheart you are.
Can you meet me at the dock later on?
Well, I'll try. Let me guess. You'll be the one standing there keeping the seagulls off Luke, right?
Something like that. Would you send my love to Grant and tell him that I'm sure everything will be all right. After all, he's got Celia waiting for him.
Yeah. I wish it were that simple, love.
When will that man stop treating me like a baby?
Well, he's concerned about you.
Well, that doesn't give him the right to make it seem like I don't even know how to think for myself.
Oh, I guess all fathers are like that.
I mean, he as much as came right out and said that I could not make up my own mind.
Look, he wants you to do what he believes is right for you.
I think I'm mature enough to know whether I love a man or not.
Listen, I overheard something. You said that you hoped that you had enough guts to stand by Grant. Do you? I mean, do you have enough guts?
Well, I'll know that soon enough, won't I?
Well, if you do, that could probably turn Quentin around. I mean, he would realize just how strongly you feel.
You know, it really doesn't matter whether Quentin gets turned around or not. I mean, I cannot have anyone else telling me how to feel. I have to go by what my own heart says.
I'm proud of you.
Why? Any other woman would do the same thing in my position.
Well, not necessarily. I think that Quentin is a rather difficult man to stand up to.
You know, I used to think that too until now. But everything just gets so easy when you know you're right.
And you've really changed.
Well, I didn't have much choice.
Sure you did. Sure, you could have gone with your father.
No, I would never leave Grant.
You're that devoted to him, are you?
More than I ever thought possible.
Even though he isn't the person that you thought he was?
Maybe because he isn't.
Okay, come on now, wait a minute. I don't really understand that.
Well, I have been doing a whole lot of thinking about this, Monica. And you know that I knew a person named Grant Putnam all my life.
Yeah? Yeah, you grew up with him, right?
Right, practically. And then later, we dated. He was the first man I ever went to bed with.
That I know. I remember you telling me that.
And then later, I married him. Well, I didn't really marry him. I married what I thought was Grant Putnam, and...
Yeah?
In reality, I married someone I didn't even know.
You know, that can be a bit unsettling.
Yeah, it is. But, Monica, I have got to stand by him. If I didn't know him then, I know him now.
Are you really sure that you do?
I think so. Andre or Grant or whatever his name is, I don't even care. When I kissed him in the jail cell yesterday, I knew that no matter what he did, no matter who he was, I loved that man.
No matter what?
No matter what. And if I love him, I cannot let anyone stand between us. And I can't let anyone harm him, not even my father.
Who is?
The winner of the election. Who else?
Oh, let's not start arranging any victory parades yet.
Well, why not? I wish you could have heard this man's Rotary Club speech. He had them on their feet.
Yes, rushing for the exits, I believe.
Ah, don't be so modest, Lee.
The people loved you. Speaking of people, there are some out front I should be speaking to.
Oh, Gail's out there already. She and Brian are hanging some kind of banner, I think.
Oh, I hate to admit it, but, you know, I'll be glad when tomorrow's over. I'm as nervous as a cat.
Well, you have nothing to worry about.
Well, I don't know. Luke's Feed the Gulls line is pretty novel.
Oh, come on, Lee, you're a shoo-in.
No. I have learned in politics there are no such things as definites.
That's quite true. So if you will excuse me, I have some seagulls to feed.
Oh, you see what I mean?
Go for it!
That one in the middle reminds me of Scotty. Look how he's pushing all the other birds at him.
Yeah, whatever happened to him, anyway?
Oh, if only gulls could vote, we'd win in a second.
Wait a minute, you tell me these birds can't vote?
Oh, well, I wanted to give you my good luck thoroughly. And I brought Vi, who has a question for you.
Hi, Vi.
Hi. Now, are you really going to stop the demolition in the area south of the waterfront?
Vi, it is one of the top priorities of my campaign.
Good. You know, all of us down here are so tired of seeing them tear up the town and take it away. They can't take it away.
I hope not. I'm with you. Because I believe that the waterfront is the oldest section of Port Charles and the heart of Port Charles. And what I want to see is it restored, not taken away.
I told you so.
Good.
Take care.
Now, you glad you
It's also a breeding place for crime. That's why we haven't been down here in years.
What brings you gentlemen here today?
Your interesting invitation on the radio. And we came to look at the condos.
Careful, Luke. These are Baldwin voters. Just don't put down the condos. They're terrific, okay?
But you don't approve?
No, sir, I do not approve of good people being thrown out of neighborhoods that they've lived in all their lives. No, I don't approve.
But that neighborhood is an eyesore. The condos can only improve it.
I believe that that neighborhood should belong to those people, and that those people should be given an incentive to upgrade the neighborhood on their own. I would like to see the city pay for things like new lighting and parks and playgrounds, and then we can balance the old with the new, and everybody's going to be okay that way. We don't toss people out, and the new people can come in.
Good point.
Why didn't Baldwin think of that? You got a good head on your shoulders, Spencer. I won't forget that when I'm voting tomorrow.
Please don't. Nice talking to you.
Hey, you should have been a diplomat.
I'll settle for mayor, thanks.
You will be. I have to go to work.
You do?
Yep.
Okay.
Is this where I shake the hand of the future mayor?
Well, if you mean me, sir, shake away. How are you, Dan?
I'm with you all the way, Luke.
I appreciate that. All right.
Luke,
Yeah.
this man has something to say to you.
I want to tell you that I agree with you, that anyone that benefits the United States deserves asylum here.
You're talking about Grant Putnam.
Yeah, after all, it's the American tradition to open our arms to those who want to be free.
All right. Very good.
There is no way that I am going to make that kind of promise.
Why not? It's a legitimate request.
You cannot expect us to guarantee immunity until we find out what kind of information this man has to give.
That's right. Maybe he's given us some names, but he's holding back on others.
If we grant him asylum based on what he tells us, how do we know we're not getting false information?
I don't think he'll do that.
Now, listen, just the fact that he's been reluctant so far proves that he is still loyal to the DVS.
Look, I think it's obvious he's on our side.
You don't have to say it again, Robert. The disc, right?
And look, by returning it, he's proved his loyalty.
No, it doesn't prove a thing. I mean, maybe he wants to stay in this country so that he can work as a double agent.
That's absurd.
Gentlemen, this has been going on for hours. Can't we come to some sort of agreement?
Don't you ask Scorpio? He's the one holding up the works.
Look, I'm merely trying to point out
That Grant turned in the disc. We know all of that. It's not an issue at this point.
We're not getting anywhere, gentlemen.
Okay. So what do I tell him?
He spills everything, or I prosecute.
So what's the guarantee you won't do that anyway?
No promises, no deals.
Wait a minute, let's
No, a full disclosure. We want names.
Well, we certainly appreciate all of you coming, especially on such a cold day.
And if anyone has any trouble getting to the polls tomorrow, please call the campaign office.
And listen, whether you've decided to vote for me or not, I urge all of you, please vote no on gambling. Because if the gambling is allowed to continue here in Port Charles, it's the people who are going to lose in the long run.
Well, we can't lose if you're our mayor, Lee.
Oh, well, thank you. But no matter how that campaign turns out, I'll feel that I won if we defeat the gambling issue. So please, I urge you again, vote no on gambling. And if you can, vote yes for me, will you?
Terrific.
I feel distinctly out of place.
Oh, good. For a minute there, I thought you'd switched your allegiance.
Oh, not a chance. No, I was just here to give Lee Roberts good wishes.
I'm here because I'm on my way to work.
Well, now we can stop being suspicious of each other's motives. Were you down at the dock?
Yeah, oh, Holly, I wish you could have been there. So many people turned out for Luke.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to go down there myself as soon as I've delivered Robert's message.
Oh, Holly. How nice of you to come.
Well, Robert couldn't make it, but he did want me to give you his best wishes on your success for tomorrow.
Well, that's very kind of you.
I'm surprised that the press aren't here.
Hoping to bring bad news back to the enemy camp.
Perhaps.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but they've already been here.
Well, I think they're already bored to tears with all the political rhetoric, tell you the truth. After all, tomorrow's their big day.
Holly, I hope you'll remind Robert about the victory dinner tomorrow night.
Oh, I don't think he'll be at Luke's party.
Oh, you Spencerites never give up, do you?
I meant Lee's victory party, you silly. At the Versailles room.
Oh, boy, my wife really blew it. Now, here's her opportunity to go to a party at the Versailles room, and she'll be with Luke.
Celebrating our victory.
Listen, let's continue this debate in where it's warm, shall we?
I have to get down to the dock.
Oh, come on and have a cup of coffee. It'll give me my last chance to sway you to our side.
I'm afraid I'm unswayable.
Well, I'll give you a cup of coffee anyway. It's free.
Coffee?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Oh, I told him to fill the cups just half full. Nobody drinks a full cup anyway.
Very generous of you to supply the coffee, Edward. Thank you.
I just hope it's money well spent.
Oh, Edward, I think it was an excellent turnout. We're really terribly optimistic, aren't we, darling?
Yeah.
Well, I wish I could feel the same way. I just had the most disagreeable hour with Mrs. Greystone.
But she has always been one of my biggest supporters.
It was. The most conservative member of the board, and she all at once decides that Luke Spencer will make the most marvelously progressive mayor.
She's right. We will.
Oh.
Impudence runs in that family.
Mr. Baldwin?
Yes.
I was wondering what you think of your opponent's explanation about his spy business.
Well, I thought Luke was very clear on why he did what he did.
I'm not sure if he's a hero or a villain.
I'm afraid you're going to have to make your own judgment on that.
So this blasted business about Grant, he's got the voters all in a quandary. Holly, do you have any idea how the attorney's office is going to feel about Grant?
Oh, I wish I did. Even Robert doesn't know. He's working on it right now.
Don't tell me. They didn't go for it.
Pretty obvious, huh?
Very.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I did all I could.
Thank you, Robert. I'm sure you did.
I'm assuming, he Grant, that you are on our side.
I think you know the answer to that.
Yeah, I know it. That's me, Robert. But, you know, the gang of three out there, they're not too sure. They're not quite sure where your loyalties really lie.
Oh, come on. How can they question my loyalty? I returned the disc, didn't I?
History as far as they're concerned. You've got to start naming names, pal. Look, they're suspicious of you enough as it is. You clam up now, they're going to assume you're DBX. They'll act accordingly. Huh?
Well, I guess I don't have any choice then.
Meaning what? You won't cooperate, they prosecute. They'll use your silence against you. You know that. They're going to be back here shortly. They're going to want to interrogate you, and they're going to expect something. Now, are you going to talk, Grant?